4. The story of Zhuxuan's transformation. Zhuxuan, whose given name was Ruma and was born in 1886, was the fourth child in his family, so the locals called him Gusi. Originally from Funing County, Jiangsu Province, he moved to Shanghai in 1901 to make a living, initially working as a road laborer near Tianbao Lane in Jubei. He later became a rickshaw puller for the German-owned Flying Star Rickshaw Company. Through hard work and thrift, he managed to save some money. In 1914, when World War I broke out, the German owner returned to his homeland, and Zhuxuan took over the rickshaw business. In 1916, he became a disciple of Liu Dengji, a prominent figure in the Green Gang from northern Jiangsu, and was widely respected among the Jiangsu natives and rickshaw pullers in Shanghai. He eventually became a leader in the Qing Gang, the rickshaw industry, and the Northern Jiangsu Association in Shanghai, as well as the owner of the Tianquan Theater, earning the title Northern Jiangsu Tycoon and becoming a prominent figure in Shanghai. Zhuxuan's mother was a devout Buddhist who chanted the Buddha's name, but he was not a believer. He strongly opposed his mother's piety towards Buddhism and often clashed with her over her devotion. In the winter of 1929, his mother passed away, and Zhuxuan returned home to bury her. Although he disliked Buddhism, he was a generous and loyal man who spared no effort in assisting his fellow countrymen. Before returning home, Zhuxuan had heard that his hometown had suffered a severe drought that year, so he raised a large sum of silver coins to bring back on a special steamer. After his mother's funeral, he announced a relief effort. Anyone who came to him for help received 1 silver coin per child, enough to buy 50 jin of rice, 2 coins for young men, 5 for the elderly, and up to 10 coins for orphans, widows, and the destitute. Even people from other regions heard the news and flocked to Tangguan River, filling the river with boats until all the silver coins he brought were distributed. After his mother's death, Zhuxuan's filial piety intensified, and he was deeply grieved. Reflecting on his mother's passing, he blamed himself for the conflicts between them, attributing her death to Buddhism. He became enraged and developed the idea of destroying Buddhism. He thought, since I'm an outsider to Buddhism, I can't effectively destroy it. I must infiltrate to accomplish my goal. With this plan, he decided to go to Suzhou to take refuge under Master Yin Guang. If he succeeded, he would be a lay devotee and could then work from within to undermine Buddhism. Zhuxuan found his way to the Baoguo Temple and entered the Mahavira Hall, looking around but unsure where Master Yin Guang was. A monk in the hall sized him up and asked, "Sir, have you come to take refuge?" The one who asked was Master Ming Dao. Zhuxuan was puzzled upon hearing this and immediately countered, "How did you know I was here to take refuge?" Master Ming Dao said, "This morning, the elder master informed us that someone would come to take refuge today, and instructed us not to hinder him but to guide him here." After Master Yin Guang entered seclusion, many people from the vicinity of Suzhou and all over the country came to seek refuge. To avoid too many visits that would disturb his meditation, it was agreed that the 1st and 15th days of each month would be designated for local people to take refuge, and at other times, without special introduction, refuge would not be granted. Hearing Master Ming Dao's words, Zhuxuan shuddered and thought, "This elder master is truly extraordinary. I was still in Shanghai and had not yet set out, yet he already knew. The Buddha's teachings are boundless. I cannot destroy them. I should rather become a protector." So he told Master Ming Dao that he indeed had come to seek refuge. Master Ming Dao led him to the window of the Hermitage. The window of the Hermitage was already open, and the elder master poked his head out and said, "To take refuge in the 3 jewels, one must be respectful to the 3 jewels." Master Ming Dao reminded him on the side, "Pay your respects to the elder master." Zhuxuan knelt down properly on the mat. After the master conferred the 3 refuges upon him, he told him, "Since you have taken refuge in the Buddha, adopting the Buddha as your teacher, from now on, you must not take refuge in demons or heretics, evil spirits, or evil gods. Since you have taken refuge in the Dharma, you should adopt the Dharma as your teacher, and from now on, you must not take refuge in heretical scriptures. Since you have taken refuge in the Sangha, adopting the Sangha as your teacher, from now on, you must not take refuge in the followers of heretics." Master Yin Guang continued with his teachings. "Now that you have taken refuge in the Buddha, you should wholeheartedly recite the Buddha's name to dedicate to your mother and help her be reborn in the Pure Land." Buddhism emphasizes the law of cause and effect. In today's world, where there is no regard for the law, people kill each other, only caring for their own pleasure, without considering the downfall of the nation. The people suffer greatly, all because they do not believe in the law of cause and effect. Hearing the master's words, Gu Zhuxuan's face turned pale and then red, his heart engaged in a fierce battle, but in the end, he was sincerely convinced. Finally, the master instructed him to abstain from all evils, to practice all good deeds, and to recite the Buddha's name earnestly. As he was leaving, Gu Zhuxuan, still not quite convinced, mustered the courage to ask the elder master, "I was still in Shanghai. How did you know I was coming to take refuge?" The master casually replied, "I have conferred refuge many times, and during my morning meditation today, I felt as if someone was coming to take refuge, so I instructed Ming Dao and the others to guide you." The story of a dream and a student's awakening. In 1937, a female student, around 20 years old, had a dream one night. In her dream, someone told her, "You must go to the lay Buddhist society to listen to the teachings. Right now, great strength Bodhisattva Mahastama Prapta is there, spreading the Dharma and teaching the Amitabha Sutra." The next morning, she read the newspaper and found that, indeed, an elderly master named Yinguang was giving lectures on the Amitabha Sutra at the lay Buddhist society. Surprised, she wondered, why did I dream that great strength Bodhisattva was the one teaching the Amitabha Sutra? She decided to attend the lecture and brought many of her fellow students with her. She told them that she had dreamt that this master was great strength Bodhisattva, though she didn't know who the Bodhisattva was. Curious, she asked some devout Buddhists, "What is great strength Bodhisattva?" When they asked her what had happened, she explained that in her dream, someone told her that great strength Bodhisattva was teaching the Amitabha Sutra at the lay Buddhist society in Shanghai, and she was instructed to go listen to the teachings. The Buddhists who heard this believed that Master Yin Guang was the reincarnation of great strength Bodhisattva, so they went to tell the master about the student's dream. Master Yin Guang, however, responded, "Don't spread such nonsense," and reprimanded them, discouraging anyone from mentioning it again. The female student later took refuge under Master Yin Guang. In her dream, she was also told that great strength Bodhisattva would stay for only 3 more years before returning, after which he would no longer be seen. Indeed, 3 years later, Master Yin Guang passed away. After his death, people came to realize that he was indeed the reincarnation of great strength Bodhisattva. Compassion for all beings. In 1917, when Beijing and Tianjin were devastated by floods, Master Yin Guang was deeply concerned. Together with the abbot of Mount Putuo, he organized a disaster relief subcommittee, and the master donated all the money he had. In the spring of 1918, laymen Su compiled and printed the Yin Guang master's collected works. This work, once published, received widespread acclaim. Readers praised it as a cure for those suffering from illness. It quickly became sought after, and even before the first month was over, all copies had been sold. As a result, the work became famous and helped guide countless people out of ignorance. The renowned scholar Liang Qicha held Master Yin Guang in high esteem, saying, "Master Yin Guang's writings are like the eyes of the blind in today's world." In 1936, when the Sichuan region was hit by a severe disaster, Master Yin Guang was in Shanghai participating in a Dharma assembly to protect the nation and mitigate disasters. He donated more than 2,900 yuan from the assembly to the disaster-stricken area. Upon returning to Suzhou, he sent over 1,000 yuan, which was all he had from his book Royalties, to the disaster area. Master Yin Guang believed that disaster relief was an extension of saving all beings, demonstrating his care for the world and his compassion for the people. His actions earned widespread praise, foreseeing his passing and peaceful departure. On the 4th day of the 11th lunar month in 1940, Master Yin Guang foresaw his time of departure. He sat upright, reciting the Buddha's name, and at noon, amidst the sound of people chanting the Buddha's name, he peacefully passed away. He lived for 80 years and had observed the monastic precepts for 60 years. On February 15, 1941, during the cremation of the master's body at Lingyan Mountain Temple in Suzhou, the smoke was white like clouds, and 5-colored light appeared. Later, when Master Miaozhen led the collection of his relics, they found countless colorful and translucent relics, including a lotus-shaped skull fragment that split into 5 petals.